According to Jack Dorsey, the Twitter CEO, Facebook co-founder Mark Zuckerberg killed one of his own goats and served it cold to him for dinner. Dorsey revealed to Rolling Stone that Zuckerberg slaughtered the goat with a laser gun and a knife, then cooked it, which may irritate many Facebook users who like to post pictures of what's on their plates. There was a year when he was only eating what he was killing, Dorsey explained. He prepared the goat for dinner, he slaughtered the goat. Let us find out what really happened. Before accepting an invitation to Mark Zuckerberg's house for dinner, you should look over the menu. During an insightful interview with Rolling Stone, Jack Dorsey was asked about his most memorable moment with fellow tech titan Mark Zuckerberg. The Twitter CEO, 42, revealed that Zuckerberg, 34, once served him a goat that he had personally killed. When asked if Zuckerberg had slaughtered the goat before him, Dorsey said no, he'd already killed it. The goat was supposedly killed. He kills it with a laser gun followed by a knife. Then they deliver it to the butcher. Dorsey clarified the laser gun type, saying, "I don't know, a taser gun?" They stunned it before he knifed it. Then they delivered it to the butcher. Evidently, a rule of regulation in Palo Alto allows you to have 6 livestock on any lot of land. So he had 6 goats at the time. "Are we eating the goat you killed?" Dorsey inquired. He said, "Yeah." He said, "Have you eaten goat before?" "Yeah, I love it," says Mark. "Where's the goat?" I asked. "It's in the oven," she says. The crew then waited about 30 minutes before Mark said, "I think it's done now." They proceed to the dining room. He lowers the goat. It was freezing outside. That was unforgettable. Dorsey can't remember if it went back into the oven because he just ate his salad. "Revenge is a dish best served warm," Dorsey said of his rival social media mogul. "Or it could be cold." In 2002, Zuckerberg enrolled at Harvard University after graduating from Phillips Exeter Academy. On February 4, 2004, he launched the Facebook.com, renamed Facebook in 2005, a directory in which fellow Harvard students filled out a template with their own information and photos. Half of the student body had signed up within 2 weeks. Dustin Moskovitz and Chris Hughes, Zuckerberg's roommates, assisted him in adding features and making the site available to other campuses across the country. Facebook quickly grew in popularity as registered users were able to create profiles, upload photos and other media, and communicate with friends. Its emphasis on real names and email addresses or trusted connections set it apart from other social networking sites. It also placed a strong emphasis on networking, with the information distributed not only to each person's network of friends, but also to friends of friends, what Zuckerberg referred to as the social graph. In the summer of 2004, the trio relocated to Palo Alto, California, where Zuckerberg persuaded venture capitalist Peter Thiel to give them seed funding. Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard to focus on the fledgling company, where he eventually became CEO and president of. Facebook received its first significant infusion of venture capital, $12.7 million, in May 2005. 4 months later, Facebook allowed high school students to sign up. In the meantime, foreign colleges and universities began to sign up, and by September 2006, anyone with an email address could join a regional network based on where they lived. Around the same time, Zuckerberg turned down a $1 billion buyout offer from Yahoo. But in 2007, Facebook struck a deal with Microsoft in which the software company paid $240 million for a 1.6% stake in Facebook. 2 years later, Digital Sky Technologies paid $200 million for a 1.96% stake. Zuckerberg's new net worth was estimated to be around $1.5 billion in 2008. Zuckerberg's net worth was estimated to be more than $19 billion following Facebook's initial public offering or IPO of stock in 2012. In October 2021, Facebook announced that the name of its parent company would be changed to Meta Platforms. The new name emphasized the metaverse in which users would interact in virtual reality environments. There was a year when he was only eating what he was killing, Dorsey said, referring to 2011 when the Facebook CEO set a personal challenge to not eat any meat he hadn't killed himself. According to a Facebook spokesperson, Mark's personal challenge for 2011 was to only eat meat that he killed and help butcher himself. He said we should be grateful and understand where our food comes from. And he spent that year putting it into practice. The spokesperson continued. The Facebook CEO's 2011 challenge first came to light on May 4, 2011, when he posted an update on his private Facebook page, writing, "I just killed a pig and a goat." Zuckerberg, who was 27 at the time, went on to tell Fortune that the decision to institute the unusual dietary restriction was inspired by a pig roast at his home the previous year. "A lot of people told me that even though they liked eating pork, they didn't want to think about the pig being alive," he said. "That struck me as irresponsible. I have no objections to what people eat, but I believe that they should accept responsibility and be grateful for what they eat rather than attempting to ignore where it came from." Zuckerberg also discussed how this year-long experience altered the dynamic when he invited friends over for dinner, noting that his guests did not consume much of the meat he personally killed. However, Zuckerberg attributed this at the time to his friends simply wanting him to be able to eat as much meat as possible. "I guess they think I don't have enough meat, so I should eat it myself," he explained. "However, I prefer to share." Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Block, formerly Square. He was the CEO of Twitter from 2015 until November 2021. He will leave the board in May 2022. Dorsey co-founded Twitter with Ev Williams, Biz Stone, and Noah Glass in 2006 and served as CEO until 2008. In 2015, he returned. In April 2020, he promised to donate $1 billion or 28% of his net worth at the time to COVID-19 relief and other causes through gifts of his Square stock. Dorsey and Jim McKelvey co-founded Square in 2009 and it went public in 2015. It was renamed Block in December 2021. Dorsey was a certified masseur and dabbled in fashion design before becoming interested in technology. Dorsey gave nearly one-third of his Twitter shares to employees in 2016. As he explained in an email to Fortune in 2011, Zuckerberg took on the challenge to be more grateful for the food he has. He considered it irresponsible not to remember that the animals he ate were once alive. Dorsey stated in the interview that the goat was most likely killed with a stun gun and a knife. Dorsey and Zuckerberg said they waited about 30 minutes for the goat to cook in the oven. Following that, Zuckerberg believed the meal was ready, and the two sat down together to eat. "We proceed to the dining room. He lowers the goat. It was freezing," Dorsey told Rolling Stone. "That was unforgettable. I'm not sure if it was put back in the oven. I just finished my salad." While this meal did not go as planned, top leaders have discovered that the right type of meal can be a powerful team-building tool. In his book, The Culture Code, Daniel Coyle described how San Antonio Spurs head coach Greg Popovich uses special team dinners to connect with his players. In fact, even when the team has lost, reservations at top restaurants for potential victory meals have been kept. Food isn't just food for Popovich. It's a vehicle to make and sustain a connection, according to R.C. Buford, team general manager, in a Time magazine article about the practice. Popovich has even passed out scrapbooks of the meals the team has enjoyed at the end of the season, as Coyle explained in the Culture Code, signaling to teammates that they'd shared something special. Other studies have found that meals can act as a social glue, strengthening work relationships. Indeed, according to Sociometric Solutions, a company that analyzes workplace patterns, workers who eat together find it easier to talk to one another, increasing productivity and collaboration across departments. So to sum it all up, Mark Zuckerberg did serve a dead goat to his guests, a kill he made himself. That is all for this one. To see much more of such content, subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. See you